crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
The scenario we're going to be playing is number 7, called Outflank, from the 2015 package. There is no kill box. You need 5 points to win. You get 1 for controlling, 2 for dominating, and that's it. Hey there guys, this is me, Molorian, and it's time for another War Machine Wednesday. This time, on the one side, we're going to have Morvahna 1 and a Circle Oberos army being run by Chris. So this one is actually, you don't see a lot of Morvahna 1, but it's pretty scary. And on the other side here, you also have Derek, who's running Retribution, and this is an Issyria Tier 3 list. So overall, looking in this matchup here, first of all, the Circle player won the initiative and definitely wanted to go first, because with that tier, they get +2 speed, and you really have to get up the board before they kind of get in place there. Now, it's going to be really tough to try and deal with the Hyperion, the Colossal there, and so they're going to have to be very careful the way that they deal with this. You have a very fast army with a very hard target here, and so the Druids are coming up, they're doing counter magic to block spells around them, they're making clouds to block line of sight. He is putting up Harvest with Morvahna, so she could be getting Fury back, and the Blood Trackers are going up there. Now, their prey target is going to be the Riflemen. They get the +2 to hit and +2 damage, and so really, if they get into them, they're going to die pretty quick. So now we're on to Retribution, and they're going and running up, and again, with that +2 speed bonus from the tier, they can go really fast. In fact, one of the Thanes goes and gives Desperate Pace to get +2 movement as well up onto the Halberdiers, and now when they run, they're just zipping across this board. Like, it's kind of crazy how far they go. So you can see that they're right up there, right kind of in the face. They're kind of like your throwaway unit in this here. They do have the unit attachment, which can make them go and, have a one time where they have gang and they just really kick a lot of butt. So with that there, I mean, you kind of want to save some for that mini feat, but at the same time, the Sentinels there at the bottom, the Weapon Masters, will do the real hitting power. So either way, Hyperion kind of runs up towards the right zone. Syria's going to go and put, I believe, his Invulnerable Resolve up onto the Rifleman. Kind of expected that to be the +2 armor onto the Colossal, but there you go. Oh, maybe not. Actually, maybe the spell that's on them, maybe that's actually the thing that was making them see through the eyeless sight, letting them see through the stealth on the Blood Trackers. Because normally they can't see the Blood Trackers, but that's the whole reason why this House Guard thing is so great. You can get around that. Unfortunately, the Rat's not that great, so after they do a couple of shots, they kill like 1. Now, he could have gone and made another shot with the Hyperion. That's one of the abilities that Issyria has. But at this point, he had forgotten that you can do that when you run. So we kind of remind him after, and you'll start seeing that from now on. But either way, now we're on to Circle turn 2. And so he is going to be bringing back the one Blood Tracker, I believe, that had died. And they're going to come up here and start throwing spears at the Riflemen. And yeah, they're going to really kill a lot, and then they're going to do their little reform and spread out, really trying to get in the way of the Hyperion and just trying to space out so that the Hyperion's big blast has consume if you have a crit, and that just removes from play. So that can be a really big deal. Otherwise, the Gallows Groves got up, and now Morvahna is going to go, and she's going to start arcing through that tree. And so I believe she's also going to make this her feat turn, although she's not going to be very much from it. If you get in there and if you kill somebody with melee, they kind of explode into a forest, and then that AoE 3 can also be hurting other guys. But what she's also doing here is she's doing Influence. And Influence, if you hit the model, and then what it does is that you can make an attack with it. So she's basically making the Halberdiers kill each other. It costs 1, and then because of Harvest, she gets 1 back. And you could actually get a lot of work out of it. But there was 1 fail, so after the train ended, she's like, okay, that's good enough. The Druids kind of went back, and they started doing their shooting. They're just trying to kill off as much as they can. You don't want to kill any of the Sentinels, because if you do, they have Vengeance, so a free 3-inch move and then extra attack, so you want to keep them away as far as possible. So he's really making sure to kind of going after all these Halberdiers. Sent in the 1 shot there from the main Druid leader. That's the big huge AoE you saw before. Then he went in there with the Stalker, who's going to go in and kill a few more. And then you can see from the feet they turn to the Forest, and then he's just going to sprint away after with his Animus. And really, that's it. A little bit of a long turn, but he got a lot done. He killed a lot of the riflemen at the top. The halberdiers, as you can see, are pretty decimated. And now it's going on to Retribution turn 2. And this is where he needs to kind of get that Hyperion into the zone and try and do as much damage now as possible, which will be a little bit hard just because of the distance between them. Issyria does have Crusader's Call to make things a little bit faster when they charge, but there's still things are a little bit far away, so he'll have to do what he can. So otherwise, he's going to come up with the House Guard Thane on the top and try and take a shot. He has an Arcanist up there that's going to allocate free focus, because that's just fun, and he's going to be putting some more focus onto the Hyperion. And now the Issyria is going to go first. She's going to go up and do Crusader's Call. She's also going to go and make the Hyperion shoot for free, and it's going to shoot. And I believe this is the one that actually kills Nuala. So that's a pretty big deal. That's the one that's from the UA, from the blood trackers, that actually gives it prey and all that stuff. So good model to kill off there and get rid of. Otherwise, what's happening now is he's trying to find a way to be getting these models in here, and he's also going to kill off the stones if possible. So he's charging in here now with the halberdiers, really just trying to get into whatever is possible. And he is going for that little mini feat, so they do have gangs, so as long as more than one of them is engaging, then you'll get +2 to hit and +2 damage, so pretty dang good. Killing off a good number of the druids there, so getting a little bit of work done, plus now they're just in the way. Now the Sentinels are going to charge, and this is where, you know, with Crusader's Call, this is great. They got to go really far. They have reach, and so he's getting a couple of them on that one set of shifting stones, some on the tree, going after a couple more of the druids, and then the rest will have to just basically run around. They're also Jack Marshalling the Griffin, and they use their Jack Marshal to, I believe it's called Pronto, to basically give that Griffin a free move. And so that's pretty huge, gets it really far up there. And then from the attacks, he kills the Gallows Grove, all those druids, and the one shifting stone. So that's really good. And now he charges in with the Griffin, and it kills the other stone. So whereas he did have 2 sets of shifting stones that could be, you know, teleporting up the stalkers if needed, now they're both taken out. So they're not able to do that big teleport of his guys. So that was a really big loss. Otherwise, here on the right, now the Halberdiers are going to start taking some attacks, and the Hyperion's going to come over here and start taking some attacks. Really just trying to kill whatever he can. So really the Hyperion only really killed the 2 models just in front of him, and that's really it. So no points scored for this first one. Oh, no, that's a lie. He got 1 control point for the bottom zone. So right now, he did get up on scenario, but now we are on to turn 3 for the circle, and this is where he's going to start bringing back these blood trackers. Because of how you can kind of space them out and keep them in control, he gets them a little bit further down, and just for funsies, he takes some shots at Issyria. Needed 10s to hit, but hit 2 of them and cranked some damage, and that's the game. So the game just ended on assassination there. What are you guys' thoughts on the game?
That shouldn't have happened.
I'm playing Morvahna 2. No, I spiked some lucky dice on Issyria on the hill. The prey juggle over here was pretty good. I think I was still in a pretty good position.
Well, you weren't teleporting any more beasts, so I mean, they were pretty much locked down where they were.
Well, this one...
You might have been able to trample them through and get some stuff, but Hyperion would have been able to come in next turn, either with a trample or
the thing
with
is,
something.
they're going to reform to block every path Hyperion has through.
It's fair.
And
I mean,
I
would still end up with a bunch of ranged shots to kill them off, or these guys, whatever's left of them, is also coming in. So and they're all weapon masters.
The idea was that I would primal him, move him right to here, and just blender that.
Berserk, yeah.
Right? And then Morvahna could actually spell sling on the back line. And I was going to be able to reform them into the zone. So my game plan for this was I'm going to win on scenario, because he has to come here to help them, because they're going to kill 2 stalkers backed up by Morvahna.
Yeah.
And so with that zone cleared out, I'm just going to score scenario points.
Yeah. I could see that.
And if things started getting kind of hairy here, I can always just like run Morvahna
Well, I think Assyria's going to have to run anyway because right here the dice just made it happen. But I mean, after all the shots, just turn after turn, this is going to be a bad spot for her to be.
Yeah, I mean, I would have ended up moving into the zone and holding the zone, probably dominating it pretty much every one of my turns, if not both of yours. And I had a couple solos I could have run into there to contest as well. So
yeah. So this
I
one,
don't think it was a for sure a
No,
good chance for a scenario.
I don't think it was 100%, but I felt like I was ahead.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps.
So I mean, this one ended up with the assassination. But what was your game plan going in? Did you think it was going to be assassination or a scenario?
Morvahna 1 never wins by assassination.
Well, I mean, the blood trackers coming back and getting to whoever you want them can really enable that assassination.
Yeah, I don't know. We're both playing casters that sit at the far back lines, just towing over. What is it? The dead line. What is that called?
Deploy.
Yeah.
No. The
Kill box.
Kill box if it
kill box,
exists.
Yeah.
Like we're just chilling there, so assassination on both sides was unlikely.
I don't know. The major problem I was looking at coming into this list is how am I going to kill an inviolable resolved Hyperion?
Yeah.
I actually seriously considered, instead of swapping the prey to Issyria, swapping it to Hyperion and just beginning the age-long struggle of working him down, right? But I just figured I probably didn't have time for that. And the other option was I had seriously considered moving prey to that unit and just full scale coming over and just trying to say you can only have Hyperion in one zone. And outside the feat turn, he's actually not that scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you're spread out and stuff. I mean, that's actually probably what I would have done is put it to here. But man, I mean, it worked.
Yep.
How about for this side? I mean, going in here with Issyria, was this mainly more of an attrition, a scenario?
I have not. This was my first game with Issyria. I've only actually played Force Wall in Retribution before. I was pretty sure I was going to be able to do scenario. And again, looking at Morvahna 1, it was like not a huge chance of assassination unless I can really just chew through everything and keep pushing towards Morvahna. Yeah, no, not knowing that I can ancillary attack off of a jack that's run is something I probably should have known, but
It's pretty good.
That's why you play games, but
yeah,
one of the things about that though is like at least in the first turn, unless you crit,
yeah,
it's not
It's
that
not doing
big
a
a deal
whole lot.
because I'm just bringing them back,
yeah,
right? Like
Liquid
it's
growth.
And they could be even closer then. So
yeah.
And it would have been nice to, like I said, I wasn't playing any Iris. I think I have one of them. I'm not sure which one, but I don't have it painted yet, and it was pretty much exclusively play what I have painted.
Yeah. If you had Iris in this list, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, you don't have regrowth anymore.
Well, no, because the normal defense for this list against Iris is I don't put it on the blood trackers.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on the druids.
Yeah.
And I cloud the druids, and Iris needs a 9. Which
Yeah.
is actually hard, and she gets to try her 9 once, then I trade a stalker for her.
Yeah.
Because that's how important she actually is. Because like the pairing's designed, right, to play Morvahna 1 into almost everything, except the purification casters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, another thing I didn't see coming into this one here was just the big effect that your influence was going to have. Because, I mean, again, here you could have had a huge influence train.
Well, what did you
going.
need? You needed like 7s to hit or something.
5s to hit these guys.
5s?
6s to hit the halberdiers.
Right, okay. But
And
you
then-
didn't do influence on the...
No, that was what was going to happen next, though.
Gotcha.
Like, that's why I'm pretty confident that I could have attrition down, because, like, that influence chain is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Like, just horrible. Because I need a 5 to hit them, they need a 5 to hit their buddies in the back, and they just kill them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't trigger Vengeance, which is another...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, no, it would, because they become a friendly soul for the activation, so it would.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to get vengeance anyway from when you berserk this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely looking like, okay, we'll see what happens, and then bam, just to say like, oh, Assyria dies. Okay, all right.
Yeah, and I said it like when I rolled the dice, I'm like, oh man, like, this will have to happen.
And it probably wouldn't have happened either if I didn't put the extra fury on, focus
extra
on
focus.
Hyperion.
Yeah, because you died to the point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could have also velocityed away. You didn't need to be this close, because after you did this, you could just come back.
Could have, but
worried about
I
her
wouldn't have
feet
been able to do
still
that because I
having-
would have needed to still be in range for feet stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thanks for playing, guys, and for those watching, thanks for watching. Bye.
Hey there, if you liked watching this video, please go down and give it a like down below you here. And if you have any concerns or questions or comments, please put those in the comment section as well. You know, the best way for me to give you what you want to see is if you tell me what you like seeing and what you don't like seeing. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.